everyone, and welcome to the next episode of Unfiltered. I'm Kevin Bailey. I'm the Principal Analyst here at SynergySix, and today I am really pleased to have Philippe Wackers. I think I pronounced that right, Philippe?
Yeah, that was a good.
And Philippe is the Healthcare Innovation Manager for EMEA for NetApp. So welcome to Unfiltered. Thank you very much for agreeing to take part and join us and inform the SynergySix Unfiltered audience with what we're going to talk about today. Could you do a quick 30-second overview about what your role is at NetApp, Philippe?
Yeah, sure. First of all, well, thanks for having me and talking to your audience. So Philippe Wackers, I'm based out of Belgium. Been with NetApp 15 years in different roles, but mainly close to the healthcare market. Currently the Innovation Manager for Healthcare and Life Science in EMEA. I
came across a post from Philippe from NetApp talking about ransomware, and I thought, here we go, it's another company on the bandwagon. Yeah, ransomware is like the easy thing to align to. But what was interesting and intrigued me was Philippe's approach, which was as an advisory to the client rather than trying to push a product. And it's something that the people in the cybersecurity industry understand around things like zero trust methodologies that the NIST and the NSA and the NCSC have pushed out around guiding principles, where a lot of companies are trying to push products. So it is that advisory capability that intrigued me about your post. So I think the first one is, why pick on ransomware?
Security is coming up quite a lot. Certainly now with COVID, we all seen in the news as well that the rise of ransomware attacks. Although the hackers in the beginning had said, well, we'd leave the healthcare sector alone because they got more important things. We're not gonna go after them, but almost weekly you see popping up some ransomware attacks on healthcare organizations. So it's from conversations with our customers, with our prospects, in the ecosystem, with the ISVs, that I came up with some recommendations and decided to write a blog around it. And as you say, like, not really saying like, oh, you should buy this and that controller and that software from NetApp, but more like, in general, take the helicopter view. What is your problem? What do you try to solve?
Data management, which is, NetApp is, one of the leaders that's in there, and traditionally known for storage and capabilities in that. Is the advisory approach, just something for cybersecurity issues for healthcare, or is that the approach that NetApp to all of their engagement managers, let's call them that rather than salespeople and what have you, to approach their customers that way? So is it an advisory, less solutions-led type of approach rather than, I can sell you the next cloud data service or, spinning disks or flash arrays or whatever it is?
I wish it was all the solution drive, but as we all know, it doesn't really exist in the larger companies. There is still just a product sell driven by NetApp as well. Although if you look at our change over the last years, we're more focusing on solutions. And people always say, the solutions are very storage focused. Yeah, it's just because we need to have a broad solution. A solution which is storage focused, well, you can give it a twist to healthcare, you can give it a twist to manufacturing, to financial services. And this is more where let's say, the specialists are coming in. And I have to say, this is more where we are turning to educate people internally to become more specialized when talking to healthcare organizations. To a radiologist, for example, what's important for a radiologist? Does he care about SAN or NAS? No, he just cares about how fast is my image on the screen and how secure is it. So that's more the approach we are taking. And certainly from my role, when I'm talking to customers, the helicopter view is a lot of is in every talk I say, because the problem what we see is that we try to fix one thing because we got a budget for it. But if we would take a step back and look at everything and maybe combine the budget from this month and the budget from within 2 months and 3 months together, we can do a greater thing with one budget. But now we start on building silos, and healthcare is a very siloed software approach, solution approach. Every ISV had the old-fashioned thing of certification, bringing in their silo, that turnkey solution. But then that turnkey solution might have the security for the silo, but once the silo get connected to something else and have to work with another silo, what about the security? Who's going to be responsible for that? Then you still end with the IT department, but they don't have access to the silo. And that's a bit the complexity from healthcare, and which has been really brought to the attention of the high level management these days with COVID, where they wanted to do analytics, but they didn't get access, or they didn't have the right license to do the analytics on a certain system or export the data to another system. So there is all that stuff, and still bringing in the privacy, because healthcare data, the medical record, patient record, is high sensitive data.
Well, one of the things you mentioned in the post was that this is a wider IT requirement that needs to be there. Is that something that you think and needs to be resolved, so you take it out of the CISO's area of responsibility to saying, well, wait there, there needs to be a larger group, and who would be that group that would be responsible to help mitigate ransomware, other attacks, as well as other data management issues? Who do you think should be in that framework?
Well, I think it's still the old-fashioned approach in IT, and we've seen it kind of melting away from having a storage administrator, a server administrator, a backup administrator, a security administrator. And I talked to one of the ex-customer colleague now, he joined NetApp, and he said, well, in my organization, we transformed the IT organization. We went to a digital transformation, and instead of having security administrators, storage administrators, we call them like cloud stewards. And they are just responsible as a team for everything. And okay, you still have a specialist for one thing, but we made them one team again, where before you had the network team, and probably in the network team, you will have a security guy sitting as well. But then in the infrastructure team, there was nobody from security sitting. It was only when it was related to to the network, and then you had the antivirus. So it is a bit like the borders within the organization, and that was the first step that broke those borders, was virtualization, compute level, shared storage, then network virtualization. So everything was kind of brought together, and you see that modern organizations have adopted their organization, their structure in the departments as well to it. So looking at a security, well, whether it's some data management, you can compare it a little bit to a car. If you look at where NetApp is playing, well, we're kind of the tires, the glue to the road. We're at the bottom of the pyramid, like taking care of the data, managing it, storing it, securing it at the data management level. But then when you go up to the security for the more important people, and let's say the airbag in the system, in the car, well, it's a different level of security. It's a different level of education. It's different people that need to work with it. It needs different competences and so on. So that's kind of the same what you see through the industry, in the healthcare industry, whether it's from security, and the education starts really with the basics. Password. How do you need to? What should a password look like? How do how do you recognize a mail, phishing mail, and all that stuff? So that's already the first thing, because those are the easy accesses for, well, to get ransomware into your
Yeah.
organization. You get still, if they want to hack you, the question is not that you're going to be hacked. The question is just when. They showed over time, they showed they can do everything. Like it was recent, well, yesterday in the news, the Irani nuclear site where the
That's right.
Israelis attacked. And those guys, I don't think the Israelis are, well, the Israelis are very capable hackers. And I don't think the Iranis are not very capable security guys. They are renowned guys as well. They are high tech. They have high tech people, high educated people. So it's not about how, what, but it's more about when and what's going to be the impact. And you should start from the thing: I'm going to be hacked. What is my what is my roadbook? What am I going to do when I'm hacked? How can I mitigate the risk? How can I drag it down that they don't get access to all at once? If I get hacked, how long does it take me to stop it? How can I recover fast? And that's kind of in those cycles, that's where NetApp can play a role.
Thank you very much indeed for your time, Philippe. It's been an enjoyable discussion, and one that for some reason I never thought I'd have with NetApp, but I'm really pleased about.
It was a pleasure from my side as well, Kevin.
It's been great chatting to you, and good luck with your business development and dealing with the healthcare companies in Europe, and hopefully we'll be able to feed back to each other in the future and see how things are progressing positively around the world, because healthcare is such a major part of our lives today and will be going forwards.
It definitely is. I'm looking forward to stay in touch and chat and learn from each other on the evolution.
Pleasure. Thank you very much.
Thank you.